I prepared for that interview like my life depended on it, because honestly, it did. I ironed the same suit 3 times, practiced answers in the mirror, researched the company until I could recite its mission statement in my sleep. Rent was due. Savings were almost gone. This job felt like the last clean exit from a bad year. The email looked legitimate. The recruiter sounded professional, and the office address was in a polished downtown building that screamed success. When I walked in that morning, the receptionist barely looked up. She handed me a clipboard and said, "Fill this out and wait." No smiles. No reassurance. Just pressure. The waiting room was silent except for the hum of fluorescent lights. After 15 minutes, a man in a sharp blazer called my name and led me down a long hallway. No small talk. No handshakes. He sat across from me and asked the usual questions at first: experience, strengths, weaknesses. Then the interview shifted. He slid a folder across the table and said, "We're behind on a deadline. I need you to alter these numbers slightly so the report looks better for investors." I froze. I asked if that was legal. He smiled and said, "Everyone does it. This role needs someone who can be flexible." My stomach tightened. I thought about rent, about groceries, about how easy it would be to say yes. I told him I wasn't comfortable doing that. His smile disappeared. He closed the folder and said coldly, "Let's continue." The next test came fast. He told me another candidate had shared confidential information and asked if I'd seen anything suspicious while waiting. I hadn't, but I could have lied. I could have earned points. I said no. Then he asked how I'd handle a coworker who couldn't keep up. I answered honestly that I'd help them before reporting them. His pen stopped moving. He stared at me for a long moment, then stood up without a word and walked out. 10 minutes passed, then 20. I assumed I'd failed. Finally, another woman entered the room, smiled, and said, "Congratulations. You passed." I didn't understand. She explained the truth. There was no open position, no real interview. The company regularly ran character assessments disguised as hiring processes. Every scenario was designed to test integrity under pressure, falsifying data, betraying others, choosing ethics over survival. Most people failed within minutes. She said, "Skills can be trained. Character can't." They offered me a role that afternoon. I walked out of that building realizing something unsettling. The hardest tests in life don't announce themselves. They look like desperation. They look like opportunity. And sometimes, the moment you think you have nothing left to lose is the moment someone is watching who you really are.